This is Herodotus H.Will Williams, Mainframe Magazine, affiliates here of True Vibes. I'm brought to you by Wavy Dave, one of our sponsors and affiliates here. I'm bringing you a new show, new possible idea, spitballing things while we're doing projects for my Full Sail University bachelor's degree program for media and communications. So this show is called, of course, as you saw in the previous caption, Spotlight Engine Optimization. It's a play on search engine optimization. Instead of going through different search engines or you going through different search engines and figuring out information on a certain entertainer, certain content or whatever, I am your search engine. And the engine that we're searching, that I'm creating, is a spotlight engine. What's that spotlight? Whatever independent, lesser known, more local acts that we feel like are bringing their A game that we would like to feature, I'll be bringing to you. And instead of having you do the searches and saying, this is who this person is, find them and find content on them, I said, you know what? What if I just went on ahead and did all the deep searches, looked at all the search engines, tried to find wherever the most effective content will be for that person, and basically gave that information to you, making it super easy for you to find that person, find content for them, you know what I'm saying, whenever, find the most effective. You never have to do the searches because I do the searching for you. Essentially, I become your search engine. Sorry about that, I had to make a little adjustment. The adjustment that I'm making is because normally, thanks to YouTube, we would have to, we would have to basically put myself, normally I would have to put myself in the big screen and put the information that I'm featuring in the smaller screen. But this time, of course, gratefully, it's a little bit different, a lot different. I get to now put myself in the lesser role of the smaller screen while the more content information is put in the big screen, because I definitely have the clearance to feature this artist, these artists' content, and also because we have to do because I'm pre-recording and not going live, because I definitely want to put some more content and some more editing to this. I can only do this in 15-minute increments when I upload this to YouTube, which is where I plan to post all of this. So this is more like segment one, part one, whatever, where I'm just doing a little bit of talking about exactly how we plan on doing the show, how it's structured, and everything like that. So with the main structure, I guess we start with the foundation of the featured artist at this point. The featured artist is a duo by the name of Made Up. And Made Up is comprised of a duo by the name of Will Amadeus and Half Cab Jalf. These two very unique artists are completely unique even to each other, but they mesh together to make this sound, to make this combination that is definitely something else. Definitely doing their own thing, definitely bringing originality, definitely bringing their own set of skills, production, everything. So what we have in Will and Half Cab is basically we have two artists who individually have their own content that we can search and we can bring you individually. And then on top of that, they also have their own content as Made Up that we can also search out and feature. Now, I personally have met these guys. Gotten to know them, seen them perform, and connect with them on social media. So I know at least a couple of things from the start of where we can go, where we can search. But of course, I haven't been able to see all their content and where all of their content can be found. I've made a couple of connections because I am a journalist, so I'm always prone to pick up information and find where's going to be the best place to find things. But this was more, previously we've done more of realizing primary searches, primary data, secondary research, secondary data, and also looking at different little search engines and search systems that will allow you to do a much deeper search articles, things like that. But you know, it has inspired me, but we're not going to do all that here. All the content that we're going to do is digital, audio, visual content. If it's interviews that we can hear and see, music that we can hear and or see, also other different little content, skits, information. Will also has a clothing line called Avant. So we can definitely check all that information out. Let's see how much time we got because we want to make sure that we're not. Oops, sorry, folks. Sorry about that. It's moving. Stop moving. Stop moving. Sorry, folks. Just want to make sure I saw how much time we have left because I didn't want to have to cut, you know what I'm saying, cut anything because we're getting right into that 15 minutes. Once we get to about 14 minutes or so, I'm going to go ahead and shut down and get ready for the next segment because we just don't want a whole lot of problems in editing. So let's just make sure here we're good. Sorry, folks. This is a work in progress. I'm trying. It's kind of hard being your own cameraman and everything else, folks. But we will get this worked out. But God, it's cutting off the top here. Let's just try here. Let's try to do something. Come on. Come on. Cut the crap now. Cut the crap. So speaking of which, here we are, folks. All right, that's the we could do for right now. Here we are. So the first thing that we're going to do, different change here, we're doing this on a larger screen so that you can really see the content, especially because it's not about me here. Oh, okay. Okay, so here we go. Now we got to go and there we go. So now we're logging in. Let's go to Microsoft Edge. That'll take us to the internet. Okay, there we go. So we'll just do the simple thing first, folks. I mean, so right now we're here. Let's just go ahead and let's go ahead and just do a search here and see what we get. So let's see what we got here. Okay. There we go. Okay, folks. See, this is what we learned here. See, this is why I do this. This is why I was willing to do this because for this reason in particular. See, going on, so just so you know right now, going on Bing to do a search for an artist like this, for a local artist from around here in Virginia. Both of these artists, Will Amadeus, who we're actually looking for now, is, you know, I'm saying, basically based here in Virginia. And but as you see going on Bing, you know what? Let's just do this real quick. Here's something that I'll do. Um, let's see what happens when we go to Bing and we put in mainframe magazine. You know, because see, that's the one thing that I'm gonna do here. I'm not gonna just sit here and make it seem like, oh, it's them. I can just prove to you very easily. Uh-oh. Maybe not. Let's just see. Mm, yikes. Well, okay. Well, that was a shock. That was a bit of a surprise. I actually did show up on some information connected to me, Mainframe Magazine in particular, actually did show up on Bing when I did a search. Just a bit. IBM did show up in front, and I did realize that there's some other company trying to act like their Mainframe Magazine. You know, so um, well, we'll deal with that when we have to deal with that. But basically, well, let me do this then. Let me try this. Ha ha ha. We'll try this. Let's see what let's see what my own personal name brings up first. Then we'll check this out. Yeah, we're just doing a little preliminary here for part one. I was gonna go right in, but then when I seen that it wasn't pulling up any initial information for Will Amadeus, I just decided, you know what? Let me put myself under the ringer and see how I'll fare. You know, why not? I may find out that I'm not as seen as anything. Okay, Yuki, okay, okay. Well then, okay. Well, folks, very interesting developments here. Does seem like my connection to Delinquent Studio is something else that I created recently with another creative partner of mine by the name of 7 Day. That showed up, and also my Facebook page showed up on Bing for Mainframe Magazine. All right, well, I guess some little steps had some effect. So, hmm, we got interference noise, folks. Give me a second. Sorry about that, folks. And it looks like we're about to run out of time on part one, though. But see, now this is interesting to close out with. Very interesting. Um, it's not going to be all information of everything that you've ever done. Search engines don't always do that. So even though I have an Instagram page, but none of that's showing up. You know, I have a YouTube channel with my personal that has my personal info, that's my personal name on a channel, and also a YouTube channel that has Mainframe Magazine and Delinquent Studios, as a matter of fact. And none of those came up. So it kind of shows you at the very least that maybe Bing might show some information on you, but it doesn't show all the information on you. That's why we learned previously in that course about, you know what I'm saying, search engines, that you have to do the best to create a presence on as many major reputable search engines as you can, because you never know what they may or may not have. So the more content, more presence you can show, the better presence you'll have when people do a search for you.